Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So another Ford Territory hybrid content here on the channel, but having just come from the Titanium X model, we are now going to focus on today's video with this trend base model. So there are only few things that you can tell that this is the base model Territory hybrid. Is from the front fascia, so it does not have anymore the full LED light bar, so you get this chrome strip instead on the grille itself. You have the same amount of ground clearance at 185 millimeters, and on the side profile almost identical to the top of the line model, so you still have the hybrid stickers on the cladding itself. And another difference now too, here on the side profile, these are running on much smaller 235, 55 and 18, but what I like, these are still alloy designs for the wheels. Now powering all the Ford Territory hybrids, hence the name. This one is still mated to the same 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. So the engine alone produces 150 horsepower and 230 Newton meters of torque. Fun fact, that is actually 8 horsepower less than the conventional ICE model. But this time, being the hybrid, once again, this one is mated to a 1.83 kilowatt hour battery. So the battery alone produces 218 horsepower and 315 Newton meters of torque. There is no official figures of the combined figure, but I'm very keen to test that out myself. Now here at the rear of this Ford Territory trend-based model, there's one more change here too. At the rear, there's no more Titanium X logo whatsoever, but they retained at least the hybrid badge and the blacked out Territory badge as well, which I like. It's not the chromed out like usual. And an updated Ford badge here too, same too with the top of the line model. And this is another key difference with this trend-based model. Yes, you do not have any more an electronic tailgate, but it's fine for me. And there is no more tonneau cover that comes as standard with this trend. But of course, if you're planning to buy this at your dealership, this will come as an extra accessory. And underneath still, at least you have a space saver donut type tire. Now, when it comes to this trend-based model, well, hard to spot the difference too because everything is exactly the same. But look at this front seat now. Everything now is all manually adjusted, but still all around, like here on the door card and the rest of the dashboard, you have green stitches all around, and you do not have any more the adaptive driver assistance system suite, so you only get a regular cruise control now with this trend-based model, which I do not mind whatsoever. At least there still is. You still have the 12.3-inch infotainment system, still have both wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. They say to Ford Philippines, this is an updated unit, so everything's much faster now than usual. Climate control, everything's touch sensitive. You do not have anymore the wireless charging pad. And here in the middle, same set, your rotary gear shifter, cup holders, and more buttons here for your parking stuff and for the infotainment system. And what I like too, further down below, they still retain the set of Type A, Type C USB ports, a 12-volt socket, and center console box, pretty much the same with the movable tray, glove box. Yeah, pretty wide. Now this time you get black seats rather than the two-tone of the top of the line model, but the design is pretty much the same. You still have the green stitching all around, and the bolstering is actually pretty good. And the headrest, I think this is one of the most comfortable headrests I've sat in any car so far, which is actually really good. So this is expected with Ford Territory models too. Oh yeah, to being a trend-based model, you do not have anymore, sadly, the panoramic sunroof, so retains here only the LED lights. This work now, and you have your sunglasses holder, visor. Oh, halogen lights with the vanity mirror. Don't extend. And I just realized too, the color scheme of the ceiling is like this grayish compared to the black one of the top of the line model. Rear seats here, again, identical. This time, everything's blacked out, but you still have the green stitching all around. And like with all Territories, very spacious all around. More headroom now than usual because, again, you do not have any more the panoramic sunroof. Same set of toys here too, 2 map pockets and 2 sets of air conditioning vents and Type-C USB ports. And thank goodness they did not remove this feature. You have a central armrest with 2 cup holders, like that of the Titanium X. No transmission tunnel. The middle seat is much softer than either left or right side of the seat. So if you're after practicality, actually it's your choice. I highly recommend both variants. Right, so another test drive with this Territory. Remember, this time we are now in the base model. So correction, I thought being a base model, they will remove the 360-degree camera, but no, this is still equipped, which is very handy and a bit surreal now with this cluster. It's a bit more different now compared to the top of the line variant, but I kind of like this a bit more, just my preference. It's a little bit more old school now than usual. And first impressions, yeah, everything feels the same. Even same here too with the infotainment system. You have the same steering mode, so it's pretty heavy, and the drive mode being in normal settings only. So again, just running around 30 kilometers per hour. We're just at pure AV mode. So everything is mostly the same, but there's just few features, like what I said earlier in the walk around, that have been removed. Like everything now is all manually adjusted. Like here for the seats, no more adaptive driver assistance system suite, but at least you have regular cruise control. And sadly, you do not have the soft braking anymore. But going out of the car park earlier, I mean, it feels exactly the same. And my case will still stand. This Territory Hybrid is one of the better hybrid crossovers that I've tried out so far in terms of performance and comfortability at the same time. And I did not say this too in my Titanium X review because I was actually so confused with the layout. So for the fuel economy, one might ask. So at the moment, it says on display 9 kilometers per liter. Take note, this has been driving around BGC for an entire weekend now, and this has been idle most of the time because a lot of customers and people like me are checking out this vehicle. And to say 9 kilometers per liter, that is already a big improvement compared with the previous non-hybrid model itself. And what else here? Yeah. Oh, now the engine has kicked in. But again, the transition from the battery, electric motor rather, to the engine, again, very smooth. It's not like a sudden burst like, oh, the engine's on. This one's very, very seamless. And as they say too, I think, not mistaken, the 0 to 100 kilometer per hour time of this is done in 8.5 seconds. I want to try it out, but for obvious reasons, we're in a public road, we cannot try it whatsoever. But as is, remember you have, I don't know how much combined torque, if you remember from the engine walk around. Even though you're running on the battery alone, this is a very powerful vehicle. You can feel the torque surge even from a standstill or even from a running speeds around 30 kilometers per hour. It feels at home here in the city. And one and only time, again with this trend. Yep, just as good as with the rest of the Territory models. And again, the handling, even though you have a electronic power assistant system, it's pretty agile actually. So what I've noticed too with this trend, this feels just a tad lighter than the Titanium X. Remember, you have less tech on board. So for me only, I can feel this is just a little bit lighter on its screen. But overall, if you're just driving this sensibly, yeah, you won't tell the difference. And again, this being the base model, it's up to your preference on if you need all the tech in the world or just the right amount of tech in the world. Because another surprise with this Ford Territory trend, this one stands at 1,399,000 pesos. So this is actually 200,000 pesos cheaper than the top of the line, which is actually a big gap. And I will say it again, up to you if you want all the tech in the world or just the right amount. But for me personally, I kind of like this trend-based model more. So on that note, again, I'd like to thank everyone here at Ford Philippines for the launch of this all-new Ford Territory Hybrid and everyone again involved in this test drive review. So hope you guys like and subscribe, and hopefully in the future we will see with more Ford reviews coming right up. Bye-bye.